Hey everyone, my name is the Theme Park Evangelist. So before I go any further with my live stream, I just wanted to ask everybody, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a positive comment in the chat box, assuming that you watch this after it gets completed with its live stream, that is, and go ahead and like the video below. Now, if you are joining me for my live stream, which I am filming from my parents' condo, then welcome. It is officially Easter Sunday 2024. This Easter, I am actually filming this here in Northern Kentucky, and I am not in Eastern North Carolina like I was last year, which is crazy. So, yeah. And as I mentioned in or on my title, I have officially reached 400 subscribers. Now, I actually reached it back on Friday, Good Friday, or Saturday. Which one of the? It was like one of the two. And I'm currently at 402 subscribers, as crazy as that is. So, very exciting time for me. Now, I do completely understand that today is Easter Sunday, and normally my live streams do last for about 30 minutes, and I still have one more YouTube video to do, hopefully this evening, and hopefully Katie can make her way up just to do a quick YouTube video with me, and that's one that's going to be called Happy Easter from the Theme Park Evangelist and Katie. So I am going to keep this live stream a little shorter than what I normally would do, which normally, for those of you who are not familiar or are newly subscribed, my typical live streams last about 30 minutes, but today I'm going to try to keep it a little shorter just because I understand today is a holiday and a major one at that too. So I have not had a lot of water since lunch, so I did bring a water bottle with me. And I am ready to go. So just to give you guys a quick rundown, basically, when I started my YouTube channel, for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel or have just recently subscribed for that matter, I started the YouTube channel on Sunday, December 4th, 2016, so a little over 7 years ago. I was heading into City Walk, Orlando in Central Florida, where I'm from. And I was just walking with my best friend, TJ. And I turned to him and I said, "Do you want to start YouTubing?" And he was like, "Sure, why not?" And of course, TJ is just the kind of guy who's like usually pretty agreeable on most things. Now, I wouldn't say about on all things, but on quite a few things, or most things, like I mentioned. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I have been watching this YouTuber called the Tim Tracker for the past 2 years at this point, because I started watching the Tim Tracker back in 2014. And as I said, I started the YouTube channel back in 2016. So I was like, okay, so I pulled up my camera, my phone, I should say, and I just kind of went from there. And at one point, I decided to go get myself a camcorder. And for about a year or two, I was using the camcorder quite a bit. But unfortunately, the camcorder was just not the greatest camera I've had. It had some of the worst camera quality I've ever used in a YouTube channel, or just in my YouTube channel in general. And eventually, I just realized that if I was going to keep getting improving, or let me start over that. If I was going to keep improving my YouTube channel, and if I wanted to keep biggering my YouTube channel, then I needed to get better quality. So I started looking into just nicer phones, because I'll be honest, for me, using a phone versus a camcorder is what I need to do to improve my YouTube channel. And I went and got the Motorola One Action back when I first moved here. Now, I don't remember offhand what I was using when I was living down in Florida, but I can tell you, like, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, my phone quality and my YouTube channel quality, as far as like video quality when I was filming, not very good. Now, as far as like my upload frequency and what I was uploading to YouTube, far superior to what I'm doing now. But I also had a lot more free time. But anyway, so I'll get more into that in a little bit. So when I first moved here, I don't remember what kind of phone I had. I think I had an iPhone 7 Pro. I did do some YouTubing with it, but the iPhone 7 Pro or just iPhone 7 was not very good. And I went ahead and I got rid of it, and I got a Motorola One Action. The Motorola Action was an amazing phone. It had really good camera on it, not just for YouTubing, but just for taking pictures in general. And I've been taking pictures as a hobby for about 20 years, give or take. And I really enjoy doing it. It's just another hobby I have. And I used the Motorola One Action all the way up until last summer. And unfortunately, my Motorola One Action decided to crap the bed while I was at work one day. And I was like, great. So I had the advantage of having Katie, who was free at the time, drive all the way up to Covington. And she happened to know about this electronics store that had just opened about a year ago. So back in 2022, and because I'm saying a year ago from then, so Kate drove all the way up to Covington, and she went to this electronics store. She found me an iPhone 11 Pro, or an iPhone 11 Pro Max, one of the two, I don't remember, and she found out how much it cost, because I knew I only had so much of a budget. And because I didn't have a phone, Katie had to drive all the way back, tell me how much it would cost, and I told her, go ahead and get it. And she drove all the way over there, purchased the phone. I think I handed her my debit card, and she managed to get back over there just before they closed, bought the phone for me. And I spent the next 48 hours, give or take. Oh, no way. You're part of Holy Way Ministries? I did not know that was your YouTube channel. I think I might have met you. That is really neat. That is so cool. I'm going to heart that. Hold on. I got this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I got it. Anyway, so I managed to get the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I think it cost me altogether about $250. And yes, just to prove, I'm still using it to this day. So, I mean, I've had it almost a year. It's really worked out well for me. But as far as like, how has my YouTube channel improved otherwise? In some ways, I would say my YouTube channel has improved in some ways. In some ways, it's improved. It's declined in some ways. Okay, so how has it declined? In the sense that I'm just not able to YouTube as much as I used to. Like when I first started my YouTube channel, and Holy Way Ministries, for if you did not know this, I'm originally from Central Florida, and I started my YouTube channel when I was let's see here, I was 23 years old, so I'm 30 now. And, I'm at Universal Orlando, and I started the YouTube channel. I was single. I didn't know Katie, and I certainly wasn't planning on getting married anytime soon. I was, looking for a woman at the time, but I had no luck. I was still in college. I have my associate's degree now. Okay, I just literally got it within the past few weeks. It took me forever to get it, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, at the time, I was just that kind of young guy that just wanted to fill my life with theme parks, and I hate to say it, I was filling my life with alcohol too. And that was what made me happy, because I did not have a lot of happiness in my life back then. I was either going to Universal, Disney World, Legoland, Florida, sometimes SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, and Disney Springs for that matter. So I guess it's still part of Disney World. And yes, I was uploading constantly, sometimes up to 3 vlogs a day. A day. That is freaking insane. I had time out the butt. I could not believe how much free time I had. Once again, I don't mean to get passionate. I apologize. You might need to turn down your volume for this. But I could not believe how much free time I had back then. And my parents never saw me at all. And when I was home for like maybe 15 minutes, like, okay, bye. And I was like out the door again. And I was just constantly working on my YouTube channel, but I didn't have much of a Christ-centered YouTube channel back then. Yes, it was family-friendly, but it wasn't as Christ-centered as it used to be. There were days when I was at home in Lake Wales, Florida, where I'm from, when I did make my YouTube channel more Christ-centered, but I just did not feel like my relationship with Christ was as strong as it used to be. And I could tell, because God was really getting on to me. He's like, David, you need to, work on something. And I was like, God, you're right. So originally back in 2017, excuse me for a second, I felt called by God to move out of Central Florida. And I took TJ and Kay, my close friends down in Central Florida, all the way up to the Florida Panhandle. And I went to go check out this Bible college called the Baptist College of Florida, which is between Jacksonville and Pensacola. And it's in a little town called Graceville. And at the time, I really felt like God was leading me there, but I had one problem. I didn't have this money. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. What ignited your passion for the AIG ministry? I'm glad you asked that. So jumping ahead to August of 2017, I was actually invited by my parents to go to Tampa to meet, well, not really meet Ken Ham. Actually, speaking of which, I first got to hear Ken Ham. And then I said to my parents, you know what we should do? We should meet Ken Ham. My parents are like, yeah, right. And I said, no, seriously, we should. Excuse me, we should. And I was like, yeah, let me talk to the pastor and see if I can make it happen. Not even lying, within 15 minutes, Ken Ham was standing right in front of us. We spoke for 15 minutes, and then my dad was like, so the reason why we wanted to come over here and why we were thinking about meeting you is because we want to go work for the ministry. Now, I've been a huge supporter of Answers in Genesis or AIG since 2005 or 2006, one of the two. I'm leaning more towards 2006. But I always tell them 2005. I don't know why. And the reason why is because when I was in middle school, I had a Bible teacher that didn't just play Buddy Davis songs for us that, were performed live at the Creation Museum, but he also played for us old Ken Ham talks that were recorded live at the Creation Museum as well. And after listening to that over and over and over again, I mean, everything was new. I just, I got really passionate about it. And then my parents, on top of that, when we were going to a church called Serve Church, SURV, we got the name from Joshua 24:15. And they started teaching the 7 C's of AIG, like creation, so biblical history. So creation, confusion, corruption, catastrophe. Sorry, no, I'm getting backwards. Catastrophe, confusion, Christ, cross, and consummation. I cannot believe I know that by heart, but I guess when you work for AIG, that's normal. It just really made an impact on my life. And when I found that out, I just heard God once again telling me, David, you need to move to Kentucky and work for AIG. And I said to God, are you sure? Is this really what you want me to do? And jumping to 2019, we actually made it happen. And I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell anybody who clicks on this live stream later, I have not been left alone by my worldly friends for the past 5 years or almost 5 years. I still get mocked. I still get ridiculed. I still get insulted. I still get questioned. Why did you make such a dumb decision? Why would you want to live in Kentucky? Why would you not want to live in paradise? They consider Central Florida paradise. I was just there a month ago. The crime rate is like much higher than it used to be. I cannot think of the word off the top of my head, but it's just so much worse than it used to be. And I really appreciate your questions. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask more. I love it. I don't usually get these kind of questions. I usually am just sitting here thinking, okay, let me just keep rambling on. Maybe somebody will just watch my YouTube video or whatever and leave a comment below, and then I'll read it later and respond. But having somebody that's actively talking to me really means a lot. My dream is to work for AIG in their design studio one day. I've been a supporter and fan since 2021. I remember watching Ken Ham in my science class in the 7th grade. I love that. And I really appreciate the fact that you are personally interacting with me. And Only Way Ministries, I'm going to do you a huge favor since you are interacting with me and you're the first one to do so. I'm going to give you a shout out on my YouTube channel community page. And if you ever want to go to Kings Island with me at some point, you just let me know. Private message me on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/the theme park evangelist. Here, I'll put it right here. And I'm going to do you a favor that I never do for anybody else. I really hope I'm putting this in right. You know what? I think I'm messing up here. HTTP facebook.com/the theme park evangelist. Okay. I hope I typed that in right. Let me click that and let me know. I hope it doesn't take you away from the live stream. Worst case scenario, my Facebook page is in my YouTube channel link on my About section. And the reason why I'm asking you to private message me on there, and if you feel led, like and follow me too, that would mean a lot. But anyway, the reason why I want you to private message me is because I want to do something special for you, and I don't want to publicly say it because then I'll have everybody wanting to do it. So this is between you and I only, okay? So anyway, so going back to 2019, we moved all the way up here, and okay, awesome. I kind of figured, but it was just a tough time. And even when I first moved here, I started working for Meijer shortly after I started working for Kings Island. So yes, I did work at Kings Island, and they asked me, so why did you move all the way here from Central Florida? Like, why would you want to leave paradise? Once again, I'm working in a worldly environment. Nobody knows who I am, and we're beings, and yet they're sitting there like, really? And also, I should mention, as far as like the YouTube channel quality is concerned, I never would have expected to go from working part-time hours to full-time hours. I went from working as much as 35 hours a week to 15 hours a week, depending on how busy Publix was. Like, Publix was so slow during the summer months. It was ridiculous. And I would always travel up to Canada for 3 weeks to go spend time with my extended family. So yes, I have extended family up in Canada, mom and dad's side of the family. And, after being so close with my mom's side of the family for so long, I've actually strongly considered taking my fiance up there, Katie, and introducing her to my mom's side. Oh, they're so excited about meeting her. It's not even funny how excited they are about meeting her. And when I first moved here, I mean, yes, I was working full-time hours, but I still had free time. I had money back then, so because I wasn't, sitting around. Nice, that's awesome. Well, you have to comment below what part because I would like to see that. But I, never would have expected to go from only having to worry about myself to suddenly having this woman that I got to take care of like every single day for almost 2 years now. But I'll get more into how I take care of Katie shortly. But as I said, I'm trying to keep this short, so I'm going to be wrapping up here shortly. But make sure, Only Way Ministries, you check out my YouTube channel later tonight. Ontario, we went to Canada's Wonderland. I've been to Canada's Wonderland. No way. And you've been to Quebec? No way. My dad was born in Quebec. That's cool. My dad was born in Montreal. But yeah, I went to Canada's Wonderland over a decade ago, give or take. I've never had a chance to YouTube Canada's Wonderland, but mark my words, I'll be back and I'll YouTube it. So, I mean, yes, I was, able to not just find time to YouTube at Kings Island, the Ark Encounter, the Creation Museum more often back then without Katie being in my life, but I was able to spend more money on the YouTube channel, let alone myself. And then come June of 2022, I finally did get a chance to ask out Katie for the very first time. So I had met her back in August of 2021, which was 5 months after I started working for Answers in Genesis. I started in March of 2021. So it's been 3 years officially that I've been with AIG. And I hate to say it, I am actually leaving AIG. With me getting married to Katie in August of 2025, there's just no way I'm going to keep supporting Katie being part-time with benefits. There's just no way. I've already announced it on my Facebook page. Katie's parents are like, David, you've got to become full-time with benefits. You cannot keep supporting our daughter being part-time with benefits. So I already announced on my Facebook page, I accepted a part-time with benefits job to start. After 90 days, it will be full-time with benefits with Chick-fil-A at CVG International Airport. If you don't know what that is, it is Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport, for those of you who are also like, what the heck is he talking about? And I will be working over in Terminal B in the food court at that Chick-fil-A. And I'll be making some good money over there. A lot more than I'm making right now, and that's just starting wage. Who knows what's going to happen from there? But if you're ever flying out or flying into that airport, come and see me, and I'll see what I can do for you. But yeah, I used to be AV geek into aviation, so I know what CVG is. I kind of figured you did, but I wasn't sure if anybody else who ends up watching this YouTube live stream later is like, what? But I'm glad you do, at least. So, I met Katie in August of 2021. I started becoming interested in her the following spring. She's actually about to turn 30 on April 9th. And started dating her June 10th, 2022, which is hilarious because that was my brother's 25th birthday. So I basically ran off of her on my brother's birthday, and he's still mad at me to this day about it. And we got engaged November 23rd, 2023, and we're getting married sometime in August of 2025. You've probably seen her before quite a few times. She's appeared in multiple of my YouTube videos. And if you check out my next YouTube video, which Lord willing will be uploaded tonight before she goes back to her apartment, she will be in that one. So yeah, it's been a journey. And that's the other reason why I don't have as much time as I used to, because sometimes I'm sitting here YouTubing, and then I got Katie behind me on the bed going, David, I thought you were going to spend time with me. And I'm like, like, got to make time for the woman. And I got other friends out there like, David, I thought you were going to spend time with me. Like, I got a lot of friends. Like, I don't mean to brag, but I got over 1,000 Facebook friends. It's ridiculous. And I want to make time for quite a few of them. I have a close friend. Her name is the Ohio Jones on YouTube, and she's an actress. And I want to spend more time with her and her fiance, but I'm just constantly looking at my personal life and it's like, oh my word, when am I going to find time to spend time with her? But while Katie is gone to Eastern North Carolina for a whole week, should have more time. Should. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch this live stream later, any of you, and Lord willing, in the next 15 to 30 minutes, I should have Katie's butt up here so we can do a quick 5 to 10 minute YouTube video to wish everybody a happy Easter or Resurrection Sunday, whichever you prefer. I prefer Resurrection Sunday personally. And I will definitely see you guys again on Saturday. Just so you guys know, I will be YouTubing at the Creation Museum. Last time I'm going to get myself in for free. After that, I'm going to have to just hope and pray that I will find people kind enough like my boss that are willing to slide me in for free so I don't have to pay out of pocket. And, I'm willing to help people out with a Chick-fil-A discount. So I will see you guys in the next vlog. And once again, really, really loved having the Only Way Ministries interacting with me. Really made my live stream way better, and definitely going to be doing a shout out here in the next 2 minutes. So I love that. So always remember, you can do all things through Christ strengthens you, like I have on my hoodie, which actually TJ bought for me. And peace out.